proficiency in English. Let us start the session with the headlines. We'll start with the snippets. Here we have madrasas unfit to give proper education. Very simple words. Harris puts Trump on the defensive. Put someone on the defensive. In a debate, what happens when you take a debate? The backdrop is debate, the US presidential debate. One person tries to be aggressive, attack the other person. Then what happens? The other person has to take a defensive stand. Here, Kamala Harris has been aggressive and she has put Trump on defensive. Puts Trump on the defensive. Put on. But put on has many meanings. Put on is a phrasal verb. Here, put someone on the defensive. On the defensive is a phrase. Put a separate word. But if you take the phrasal verb put on means to wear. It goes with shoes, footwear, clothes, accessories. Put on your shoes. And opposite of put on is not put off. It is take off. Take off means to remove. That's right. Who is this Nagesh? Dress. And take off is opposite. But the word the phrasal verb take off has three different meanings. One, it is opposite of put on. Put on your shoes, take off your shoes. And the second meaning of take off, it goes with business context. Imagine someone started business. After some time, the business picks up. Then we say his business has taken off. Means started making profits. Third meaning goes with a flight. A plane. The plane leaves a runway. Then you can say the plane took off. I'm sure you all know. And here I would like to reiterate. When it comes to English, we have simple English, we have effective English. What comes under effective English? Two important topics. One is idioms, the other one phrasal verbs. And now they have become exam topics as well. SSC, banks, idioms are very important. So are phrasal verbs. But between the two, and when it comes to effective English, to understand, imagine someone uses idioms and phrasal verbs, you have to have certain standards to understand. A common man may not be able to understand. And between the two, idioms are easy to learn and interesting. But phrasal verbs are difficult, confusing, and quite challenging. Based on this, you have to be a little alert when it comes to phrasal verbs. What is the reason, if you wonder? The same verb, we may have a different preposition and a new phrasal verb. That results in confusion. For example, if you take break, break in, break into, break away, break up, break out. Same verb, different prepositions, different phrasal verbs. Coming to the next news item, snippet, Modi reaffirms plans to back ship facilities. In a way, it means reiterate. Got it? Very good, Nagesh. So here, reaffirms plans to back ship facilities. And you have to think of words like reassure and reiterate, all these words. India's strong strides at the chess Olympiad. Strong strides, very important. Stride means a long step. It goes with walking. But it also goes with, in English, a word has many meanings. India has taken long strides. India's strong strides means strong steps going in a particular direction. It also means improvement. Long strides in the field of exports means what? Improvement in the field of exports. The last one, India drubs Malaysia, climbs to the top. Imagine when there's a tournament, when there's a match, and it's one-sided match, means what? One particular team got, let's say, football or hockey, 10 goals. The other team got only 1 or 2. Then defeated, and something like unimaginable way. Then we use the word drub. Defeat with a huge margin, then we can use the word drub, an important word. Let us go to the main editorial. What does it say? Kolkata doctors set fresh terms, continue stir. There are two words, set. Set, same form. You all know, set fresh terms means they have imposed or demanded fresh terms. And the next one here, continue stir. Stir has two meanings. One meaning goes with everyday English. You take a glass of water or coffee or tea and you stir it. That is one meaning. But here, continue stir means continue the protest, a different meaning altogether. Coming to this side, we have uneasy calm in Manipur. Uneasy calm in Manipur a day after clashes. We all know uneasy calm. Calm but uneasy calm means everything looks perfect, may not be perfect. Some underlying tensions are there. And here, clashes. When you think of the word clashes, you have to think of the phrasal verb. Phrasal verb break out. Break out means start suddenly. Ah, very good, Manasa. Set. Breakout means to start suddenly. The problem with English, if you know the meaning, it is not enough. You have to know the word forms, the word combinations, word usage. Coming to the phrasal verb breakout, it goes with war, clashes, fights, volcanic eruptions, diseases, fire, all these. Here, clashes broke out yesterday. Means what? Started suddenly. Fights, war, all these you have to think of. Congress promises 5 guarantees statehood in Jammu and Kashmir. Everyone aged 70 and over to get health coverage. Simple words. UK sanctions Russian shadow fleet of tankers related to war. Now we'll see the headlines this side. Centre withdraws nod for eye drops over false claims. There's one word here, nod. Nod has two meanings. What is the first one? Nod, you move your head. That is nod. It goes with everyday English. But this is newspaper, that too headline. It goes with formal English, it goes with a written English. Here, nod means what? Giving the approval, giving the assent. Agree, exactly. Nod means what here? Mahidar, very good. Nod here, withdraws nod here means approval, assent. That's an important one. Based on the context, the meaning changes. There's one word here. Modi wilted under Chinese pressure, says Rahul. Says, that is, reporting verb is in present. You have to recollect the rule I have told many a time. If the reporting verb is in present, present perfect or future, tenses don't change to a corresponding past tense. That you have to immediately recollect. But what is the word you have to focus on? Wilted. The word wilt usually goes with plants. Imagine you haven't watered your plants at home for 1 or 2 days. Then what happens? The plant wilts, means the branches droop down, and after 3-4 days you don't. Initially the plant wilts, then after 4 or 5 days it dies. That's what happens if you don't water every day. Here you have to think of, that's true. Here you have to think of water. Water can be a noun, can be a verb. Usually we use water as a noun. Get me a glass of water. But it can be used as a verb. She watered the plants. If you don't water the plants for 1 or 2 days, the plants will definitely wilt. Wilt means to lose that, wither also you can say. Who is that? Pravalika. That's true. You can say that also. To lose that vigor, vitality, and to get drooped. What is the next one we have here? PM to inaugurate phase 2 of Ahmedabad Metro on September 16. Metro. Now this word has become quite popular. We come across this quite often. You have to think of 3 words. One is metropolitan city. What does it mean? Major city of a region. Traditionally in our country, 4 metros: North Delhi, West Bombay, South Chennai, East Calcutta. But we have a lot of metros today. Every region there's an important city that is known as a metro. That is one word. What is the second word you have to think of? Cosmopolitan city. What is a cosmopolitan city? A city where people from across the country, across the world come and live together. That is a cosmopolitan city. Bombay is a cosmopolitan city. So is Delhi. So is Goa. But there's another word you guys have to know, megalopolis. Megalopolis means a very big city. It is like two Hyderabad's at one place or two, three cities, big cities at one place. Then we use the word megalopolis, an important word you have to know. And coming to, there's one word here, villagers to be evacuated ahead of DRDO missile test. What is the word you have to focus on? Evacuate. Now, I tell students when you learn vocabulary, you have to have a few strategies or approaches. The best one, you have to learn the words from a context. There's a news item, there's a context. When you read the news item from the context, based on the context, you learn a word, you will be able to, excuse me, you will be able to remember for a long time. Easy to learn, easy to remember, easy to recollect when you learn from a context. Another approach, you have to take the help of word maps. So when you see this, evacuation usually goes with natural disasters. Imagine a natural disaster, a calamity, a mishap, a catastrophe. People like earthquake or tsunami, people are shifted from there to some other place. Casual reader will look at the word evacuated, but a smart learner will think of the related words. First, a disaster. Excuse me. Disaster goes with unfortunate incident causing heavy damage. First, the student has to think of all the synonyms: disaster, mishap, unfortunate incident, simple expression, catastrophe, and also, yes, that is true. All these words. Then, whenever the earthquake, whenever there is a disaster, calamity, also you can think, people are shifted from that place to another place. Shifting from one place to another place, people especially, evacuation. Then you have to think of words like rehabilitation. You have to think of words like loss of property, expressions, loss of life. You can think of all, you have to think, in fact, all the related words, then you will be able to remember. And that this approach helps in the long run. What is the next one here? Excise policy case, Durgesh Pathak gets bail. Kejriwal's judicial custody extended. Please excuse me. I have a sore throat. Here, judicial. Every time you read intentionally, deliberately, you have to recollect related words, related grammar. When you see the word judicial, simple, nothing to learn for a casual reader. But one who is preparing for competitive exams, you have to recollect. Judiciary. If you take any government, there are three wings or three bodies: the executive, the judiciary, the legislature. And before these three, we have to use the definite article the. The judiciary. They have given many a time in different competitive exams. Also, jury. Jury also you can think of. Jury is a collective noun. That is being a little smart. Next one, 4 Tamil Nadu fishermen injured as Sri Lankan naval ship rams boat. RAM means what? It has many meanings. I'm sure you all know. Computers, we use the word RAM. But here RAM means to force something into something else. You take your vehicle and force your vehicle into something, hit some other vehicle. Then we use the word ram, ramming. Look at the headline: 4 Tamil Nadu fishermen injured as Sri Lankan naval ship rams boat. Means with the ship, they must have hit the boat. Then we use collide also, you can say. But ramming is more like intentional. Gujarat clash over religious flags, FIR filed against 20. Another news item. Here we have railway eviction. One more we have eviction. Railway eviction in Haldwani. Supreme Court gives Uttarakhand government 2 months to finalize rehabilitation. I've just told the words evacuation, rehabilitation. And they go with something like this and also natural disasters. And what do we have here? MVA seat sharing talks on track. On track. I use this phrase quite often. When you read what you have to read while preparing for competitive exams, you're on track. But you read something that is not important, not relevant, you're off track. On track means going on. Consensus reached on over 125 assembly seats. Coming to the state news, I will continue as CM. The post is not vacant, says Siddaramaiah. I will continue. Immediately you have to think of off track, on track. I use quite often. And you have to think of the rule that goes with all the future tenses. What is the rule? We use will or shall with I and we, first person singular, first person plural. But we can use only will with other pronouns. And many exams have given questions based on this rule, an important rule you have to recollect. Kerala government all set. There is also a standard expression, all set. Government is all set to host finance ministers conclave. There are two words over here. One is host. You all know if I give a party, I'm the host. Those who come, they are the guests. And here host means organizing an event and something like an event, a meeting, a conference, and also a conclave. Here conclave. Conclave means a meeting, a conference, people coming together. And when you see the word host, when you take a TV channel, a program, host a program, then you have to think of words like host, hostess, anchor, and outside, not online, offline, someone organizes an event like a fashion show, and one person takes a mic and tells about the program, then we say either anchor or compare. Two words are there. One is anchor, the other one, compare. If you talk to defense people, they use two letters. Same job using a mic and talking about the program, but we say MC. They say MC. MC means what? Master of ceremonies. Master of ceremonies. That's another expression you have to know. Tamil Nadu yet to notify Vishwakarma scheme. Yet to notify. The word yet is very important from the exam point of view. Why is it important? If you take the word yet as an adverb, you have to use it at the end of the sentence, for example, and it goes with a negative and negative interrogative sentences. For example, the train hasn't come yet. The last word is yet. You should not use in the middle of the sentence. And that is a negative sentence. What is a negative interrogative sentence? Haven't you posted the letter yet? Haven't you informed the students yet? Here it is a combination of interrogation and also negative. Based on that, we say negative interrogative. This is one thing important from the exam point of view. But there's a standard phrase. Imagine you ask someone, has a train come? The person may say, yet to come. That is right, nothing wrong with that. Same pattern here, yet to notify, yet to implement, yet to come, yet to write, yet to read. You have to remember the pattern. Khan seeks report on wiretap accusations. We have two words. Now these are quite familiar. Seek, sought. You're all job seekers. You're searching for, looking for a job. Accusation, I have already given many a time. Accuse, say someone has done something wrong. Allegation, accusation. But after some time you stop blaming someone then what do we say? Exonerate, an important word. One who files a case, we say plaintiff. Here the word is exonerate. Stop blaming someone, stop accusing someone. And someone files a case, we say plaintiff. And the other one is defendant. And you have to think of important words like alibi, innocent, acquit, guilty, convict, judgment, verdict, all these words. Coming to the next news item, Central team reaches AP to assess flood damage. Sometimes, please listen very carefully. Sometimes what happens, already a particular incident over, and you expect the headline to be in past. Imagine yesterday, Central team reached Andhra Pradesh to assess flood damage. It happened yesterday, but you see the headline in present tense. Then sometimes we wonder how come it happened yesterday, how come it isn't present. Listen very carefully. If you take present tense, I usually give 7 uses. I teach 7 uses. And one of the uses of present tense, it is used by journalists only for headlines to express past and future actions. Actually, past actions, they have to use past tense. Future actions, they have to use future tense. But journalistic style, journalists only for headlines, past events or future events, they use present tense. Imagine there was a match between India and Australia yesterday. Indian team won the match, already over. Headline should be India won the match against Australia. But you see the headline, India wins the match against Australia. Then you wonder, already over, how come it isn't present? Do remember it goes with journalists and only for headlines. And imagine there was a fire yesterday. A fire broke out in the city last night. That should be the headline. But you see the headline, a fire breaks out in the city in present. So don't get confused next time. Here again we have the word, see so many times, rehabilitation. AP High Court directs Special Court to give NOC for 5-year passport to former CM Jagan. Protect privacy of survivors who deposed before Hema panel. WCC urges Kerala CM. This goes with before Hema panel. Means they have come up with the problems they must have discussed, or a revival for what? Mahidar. And urge means to request a lot. Request a simple word. Urge a formal word. Film Producers Association failed to help women members. Filmmaker Prakash gets bail in sexual assault case. Assault, I have already given the meaning. Assault means what? Physically attack, usually. Physical attack or verbal attack, we say assault. But generally it goes with physical. All about the film industry. A day after clashes, uneasy calm, the same news item being elaborated over here. Shah failed to control Manipur violence, he must resign. Must also, I have told so many times what exactly it means. Rahul hurting sentiments with baseless anti-India remarks abroad. There are 3 words which are very important. First one is hurt. Tell me, why is it important? We all know some verbs have the same form. Cut, cut, cut. Everyone knows. Put, put, put. But exam point of view, there are 5 verbs you have to learn and remember. One is cast, cast, cost, I'm sorry. One is CAST, cast. Second one, COST, cost. After that, telecast, forecast, broadcast. And the last one is this one, hurt. Hurt, hurted, hurted, wrong. Hurt, hurt, hurt. People say, I got hurted. That is a common error. I got hurt. And telecast, broadcast, forecast, they have given many a time, you have to remember. One word. And what is the second one? Anti. ANTI means against. ANTE means before. Two prefixes very important. And why is the last one important? It goes with common errors. A lot of people tend to say he went to abroad. But do remember the word abroad does not take the preposition to. You cannot say to abroad. That is wrong. He went abroad. Never say he went to abroad. That is a common error. See, one headline, there are three things you can learn or recollect and consolidate. Developed border areas act as deterrents to adversaries' claims. Deterrence we have got many a time. Deterrence, something that prevents you from doing something. Today, if you take nuclear weapons, they act as deterrent. One important word we have got many a time. And adversary means your rival, your competitor, your opponent. That is another word you have to. But you should also recollect the word adverse. Adverse comments, adverse report means what? Negative report. We have here, this is really strange. Army officers attacked their woman friend raped in Madhya Pradesh. Damaged smartwatch key to probe in murder of Bangladesh politician. Damaged smartwatch key to probe. Probe means investigation. BSF Jawan injured in firing by Pakistani troops across border. Concerned over safety, save Bengal judicial officers. Simple words. Engineer Rashid says he is no BJP proxy, an important word. Proxy war, there's one combination you have to know. Indirect, proxy means what? In place of someone. You can also think of the word indirect. In Jammu and Kashmir, Congress offers 5 guarantees and statehood as well. Up fields WWE wrestler Kavita against Vinesh Phogat. 19 former senior officials, academics join the BJP. BJP denies ticket for Ram Bilas Sharma in Haryana. These are not that important, nothing to learn as such, but probe, yes, probe means what? Investigation. That's all for today. And today, lack of time, I could not bring the editorial, but there's so much to learn from the headlines. Do remember, I have not completed. If I touch other headlines also, let me see if something is important. Haryana cabinet recommends dissolution of state assembly. Dissolve means to close, to bring to an end. And do remember, there's so much to learn from the newspapers, not only from the editorial, but also from the headlines. And don't learn casually. When you read the newspaper, don't read casually. Try to be a smart learner. Read based on the words, try to recollect related words, related grammar, and comprehension. Take a holistic approach that will help in the long run. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. And tomorrow, as usual, we'll spend 15 minutes on the headlines and 45 minutes on the editorial, the regular pattern. Thank you very much. Morning, Andy.